This playthrough is rated M for mature.
You know, I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, gets everywhere. Ugh, that's what happens when you go to all these planets. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Mass Effect. In the last episode, we finished clearing out one of the galaxies, so that way we can, it's all covered until we unlock everything else. Getting prepared for our final story destination. Got a few quests I want to do before that, just because they're in the area, and so that'll kind of complete the area. But before we leave Trebin, which we fought a Thresher on, dealt with the machine cultists, or whatever you want to call it, I almost forgot to show off what happens if you actually go to the debris here. It's actually filled with scavengers. I think they're a combination of like Turians and Solarians. But yeah, I completely forgot that this place is... I showed on the map that they were here, but I never actually like interacted with them, so it's like, whoops, almost forgot about that. And yeah, we could just, we could take them out with the tank, but there's no fun in that now, is there? Alright. Yeah, nothing too difficult on these guys. These guys are straightforward. Well, for the most part, except for the frickin' sniper rifle dudes. Because they keep using Assassinate on you. That's what that big beam of, well, other than just getting hit with the beam, usually the big beam of light usually means they're using their Assassinate skill. But, yeah, nothing. No, I mean, not the most effective way of beating them, but they're like minion style enemies in the game. Yeah, I forgot to mention this game has, when it comes to like stats and how powerful certain characters are, and yeah, we just get more upgrades. Ooh. Oh, it's been a while since we gotten some grenade upgrades. Nice. Alright, let's actually mess with that for our equipment. Ooh, we got some light armor. And a cipher tool, finally. Alright. And we got some guardian armor for the humans, so I think I got this while finishing up the planet off screen. All the stuff that, I got all the materials because I didn't need to show all that. Yeah, too bad I can't wield a lot of this stuff, but oh well. But yeah, the Guardian armor's not bad. I mean, yeah, it's low on damage protection, but that'll give me more shields at least, so we'll take that. So, alright, I think grenades. Yeah, it'd been a while, so I still had like 3 on, so now we can finally get a 5. Although I haven't been using grenades as often because you don't get them as much, except for when you take chests and stuff like that. So let's see if this is better. It's better shields, but that's it. I mean, I prefer the damage protection and the biotic protection, so we'll leave. There's nothing else for him, right? Oh, whoa, no, that is better. Holy. Yeah, we don't want this sucky Guardian armor. We want the Ursa armor. That's what it's all about. What brand? What? Hanye Kadar or whatever. Definitely better. Look at that. All right, well, we're taking that. And we can sell all our previous armor. Snagina, that is not better. Okay. Who do I give that? Let's see. It gives better shield bonus and slight better tech cooldown. Probably Tali would be the best choice for that, for now anyway. And it's not the best cipher tool, that's for sure, but yeah, it'll work. Alright, now that we got that, let's get out of here. Yeah, I'm getting used to going back to my old ways of stepping out of the vehicle. As fun as it is to blow everyone away with the Mako, probably when I get near the end of the game, when I probably have a decent amount of levels, I'll probably stick with just staying in the Mako. Though there are whole planet sections where, you're meant to use the Mako for the whole time, and I'll probably not step out of the vehicle to do those, because that would like ridiculously slow down the like action and the scene we're doing. So I'll probably not do that, even though I could min-max it, but I'd save that for off-screen stuff. So all right. Anyway, yeah, if anyone hasn't noticed yet, I am going to do Novaria as my first story-based thing. Yeah, how many episodes before we finally got to plot? Well, unless these 2 planets take forever, which they might, depending on how things go. But anyway, we're going to go to Strennis in the Horsehead Nebula. Remember that guy that we talked to said something about his missing brother? We're going to go check that out, see what that's all about. There are 3 ways to get this mission. We can either get from Garoth, I think his name is. Hold on. Let's see, it's under Privateer. Privateers. A man named Gareth asked you to look for his missing brother. Gareth fears his brother's ship may have fallen victim to privateers while traveling through the Strenus system. Head to the Strenus system, the Horsehead Nebula cluster, in search of the sign of Gareth's brother in a ship. There's 3 ways you can get this mission. You can either get it from Gareth on the after becoming a Spectre, or you can go to Novaria, and there's a computer you can hack that tells you about a man named Gareth looking for his brother, or you can just go to this place in general and just find it by accident, you know, and then you can tell them, it's like, hey, I found this thing, and they're like, oh, okay. I like the fact that there are multiple ways to get to the same location. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Before we do that, let's talk to our companions. We've got a few extra dialogue. Nothing with, well, I'll check Kaiden, but Kaiden and Ashley seem to only have major dialogue after right now. Like, any major stuff with them outside of like character stuff is from finishing off major critical missions. I guess that should be the word I use, critical, because they're the ones that are most important.
Anything you need,
I don't think you have anything, do you?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
We were on the scene faster than I've wasted
Right.
enough.
I don't know why I keep asking. Like I said, almost nothing to add. But anyway, Rex, Garrus, and Tali have something new to say. Nothing major, just... Well, actually, technically Garrus and Rex now have new information for us. Like I said, this is the same case of just beating multiple Uncharted missions. Multiple ones, like I said, 3 or more, and then it unlocks new dialogue with them. And then if we ever do a planet, I think they have some dialogue that talks about their mission, but nothing as major as like what Kaiden or Ashley would say about what happened during the main story there. But talking, well, I think if we talked to Tali now, I think she would give us her mission about the pilgrimage. But since we already did it by accident, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, Garrus has a mission he can give us if we talk to him now.
Commander, good to see you.
Oh, yeah, good to see you. Well, we were just out in the field just a second ago, but okay.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
You say interesting things. Go on.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
Disturbing how? I mean, he's a geneticist, right? I mean, how disturbing can you get? Ooh, he's talking about the double helix. Ah!
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Oh, organ harvesting? Ugh, not a fan of that, that's for sure. Yeah, I've heard horror stories about people like going to like, you know, third world countries, getting, you know, knocked up or knocked out or drunk, and then they wake up with like one less kidney. You know, ugh. Is this common, really?
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
I didn't expect an Elcor to like harvest people, but I don't know. All we saw with them was stand around. We don't know what they actually do out like how they react or move or anything like that. I don't think we ever do. I think the only species we ever see are standard bipedal race, really, for the most part. I like it. You could just finish. You're like, I don't care anymore. What'd you find?
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Wait. Testicles? Krogan testicles? Then again, I heard in some countries bull testicles are a delicacy. Ugh. Then again, people in Scotland eat haggis, which is sheep, like intestine, like with like alcohol and whiskey and all this other stuff. Ugh. Anyway, we gotta ask about that.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
Wait, Krogan have 4 balls? No, I did not need to know that, Beekman. What about the doctor?
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Suspicious? Interviewing what? Smart.
Good thinking. Lackeys are always easier to scare.
Exactly. Though in this case it paid off in a different way. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
Ugh. Well, I mean, I've heard of a science experiment before, but that just takes the cake. That's sick. Test tubes. Interesting.
So he was growing spare parts in his own employees.
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I don't know the full state of this whole cloning, like intestines and, internal parts and stuff like that, but I don't know how it works for aliens, but in humans, like, you can't just, like, harvest an organ in someone who doesn't have the same blood type, right? I mean, unless they've made some jumps in biology or I guess he says a geneticist, maybe they can somehow make that work, because, like, if you're not the same, like, blood type or compatibility, then you're gonna have some issues. So you can just sell those organs to anyone. They have to be compatible. So, but like I said, space, future, or whatever. Did you interview him?
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Well, that made the story completely worthless, Garrus. What was the whole point of that? Don't tell me that. Never tell me the odds. What?
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
Yeah, try to kill the hostages. We'll just do like what they did in, what was it, Speed? Where he just shoots him in the leg, so he purposely drops, and then you take the guy up. Boom. Solved, You just have to pay some legal fees for shooting the guy. But whatever. They just let him go.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
I wonder if that's true or not. I don't know, some people are crazy. They probably say they have hostages, but I wonder if they were smart enough to check and see if they're actually alive. But I agree with them. I see. Idiot. CSEC, you idiot!
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it.
Yeah, I mean, he was gonna cause more trouble. It's the same question with the Joker situation. Is like, he'd cause less trouble if we just give him the death penalty. Just because he's insane, he still kills people like every time. But anyway, you're wrong. Tough choice. You're right. This is another one of those cases where do you push? I mean, this conversation isn't what pushes it. It's when you finish this quest line. But though all this really does just makes a minor major dialogue, minor dialogue variances in Mass Effect 2. But anyway, you're wrong. Tough choice. You're right.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be wishing they'd died by now anyway. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Well, I mean, that was a while back, right? So what about now?
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Well, give me that mother. We're gonna find this son of a bitch. Give it to me.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
From what I understand, I don't think you actually have to bring him there with you. It's just, he should be there because of story implications. But anyway, now that we've talked to Garrus about that, then unlocks Garrus's mission for this game. Find Dr. Salion. Garrus told you about his encounter with Dr. Salion, the geneticist. He regrets letting him escape the first time and hopes that you'll be able to track him down and bring him to justice. Garrus gave the coordinates to Dr. Salion's last known whereabouts. Head to the Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. We're not going to do that yet, obviously, but alright, Ashley has nothing to say. Rex does have something to say about himself as well as a quest.
What do you want, Shepard?
Well, I want a lot of things in life, but we're not going to get it. I want to talk to you, Rex.
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Rex, come on now. You know why we do these things. It's a BioWare game. We're going to bug you till you tell us your whole backstory. Yes, like, could you please elaborate?
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Well, I mean, that's reasonable, but, couldn't you do that in your own system, though? Why leave?
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
Oh, by being farther away from... the farther we are from danger, the farther we are from help, the closer we are to helping them? I don't know if I understand that, but you are rather big, so...
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
I mean, fighting is cool and all, but after the genophage, I don't think you have the numbers to really do that anymore. You're basically wanting genocide on your own people without realizing it. What about you?
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
Yeah, one of those cases of the old guard not letting go of old vengeances and stuff like that, to the detriment of your whole species. What about Jared? Did he go to Subway? Did he ever get out of jail? Ugh.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Violence forbidden, but you call the meeting a crush? I see some irony here. And you went?
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Dun dun dun! Jared was his dad. So, you know, literally old guard versus new guard. So, your father?
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Yeah, being betrayed by your own people, especially your own father, would definitely make it a no cats in the cradle and a silver spoon with this situation. No, I tell you that much. Well, anything else to say about your family? By the way, if you don't ask him more about this, you don't get the... I mean, you can eventually ask him about this, but...
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You're trying to make me cry, Shepard. I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Well, I don't think the question was to make you cry. It was typical BioWare syndrome. I gotta ask you everything. Every little nitpicking thing. God damn it. Excuse me. Get to the point.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
Armor, huh? That sounds kind of old school, almost fancy-like when you think about it.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Well, I assume the Turian's reason for doing that is because he's like, well, it's the Krogan. No one likes them, you know, and they did that whole bad thing, so I'm gonna, you know, desecrate, like, whatever their, you know, ancestor stuff is. But anyway, I'll look for it.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
By the way, you don't have to bring him there to his own mission.
So long, Rex.
I think the first time I played the game, I actually got the armor without getting the mission from him, because I do what I normally do with games. I tend to explore everywhere before I do the main quest. So I checked every single planet, like every single area that I could at the time, and I ran across the armor. Someone said, like, Rex might know something about this. I'm like, huh? And then he's asked, like, yeah, you found the armor of my ancestors. Can I have it? You know, I was like, oh, all right then. Hey, hips for days.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Why are you glad you're here? I'm just nobody. Glad you're feeling better. You seem happy. What's going on?
Why are you so cheerful?
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Oh, well, all right.
I should go.
See you later.
I think it's either this conversation or the next conversation with Talia where she mentions how she wished she had something to, you know, pilgrimage for people before you actually, you know, like just find it through the Geth incursion.
Looking
Like I
for
said, it's been
supplies?
forever since I've actually straight up, like...
Let's
I'm
see
just
what
checking
you've
something
got.
real quick with the... I'm just checking my money situation. I am almost... Well, I'm almost got enough for the pistol, which is why sometimes pistol runs aren't bad, because it's the weapon I can get the fastest with the money, if you don't have a high charm. Yeah, soon after we finish Novaria, we'll definitely be able to afford at least the Spectre pistol, which is worth buying even if you don't use it yourself. Give it to, like, you know, Kaiden or anyone who can use a pistol. But sometimes I'll save the money for the pistol and use it myself for a long time, so that way I always have, like, the best pistol you can get the whole game on my person, and that helps with a lot of missions. And obviously it helps beating the game one story and unlock all the Spectre armor and everything, or weapons. So okay, so yeah, now we can do the... Oh yeah, I forgot to show it off. So now that we talked to Rex and asked him about his family, we now get the family armor mission. After talking to Rex, you learn that he's looking for his family's ceremonial armor. It was taken by Turians at the Krogan Rebellion. Now a profiteer named Ton Octus has it. Krogan armor. Find the Turian stole Rex's family armor. He's hiding in a base somewhere in the Argus Row cluster. So that's another place. We'll get that later. You want to make sure to do this quest before... Well, I don't want to spoil the planet, but it's after we do with the 3 main critical planets. You want to get that... You want to get his armor before that. If you're playing a low charm build run, like low intimidate, low charm outside of what the story gives you, because it'll definitely help you get a certain story effect to happen without having high persuasion. So keep that in mind. It's not required, but it definitely helps. If you have high persuasion, you can completely ignore the armor, whether it be charm or intimidate, and you can get the same result. But anyway, let's check out Strennis. Okay, let's check out the planets here. Anatara. Standard hydrogen gas giant with traces of ammonia. Hydrocarbons in the atmosphere lend it to a distinct brown tint, like rust. Gas deposits surveyed. Scans from the orbit detected a large concentration of helium-3. Alright, I was trying to get my high pitch what? Helium-3! Man, not a very good job, but anyway. Traylon. Trace mounts of Xenon and Krypton. A Solarian Ridgeless cult claims that a certain pattern of overlapping craters in the southern hemisphere resemble their goddess. Kind of like how we see crop circles on Earth. We keep thinking that they're aliens or something like that. Oh, it's either Theslegon or Theslegon. Anyway, a standard hydrogen helium gas giant. Theslegon's atmosphere is tinted blue by trace quantities of methane. Ew, gas. Cow farts, basically. Cow farts. Oh, J1. This is where we're supposed to go, but it won't let us go drop down. Why not? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Well, hold on. Let me check the last planet before we do that. I kind of ruined that there for a second. Zunthorl. Zunthorl? It's never been fully mapped. Let's map this sucker. Medallion recovered. You scan and uncovers an ancient deep space probe slowly orbiting Yunthorl. Tully brought it on board, dismantled, and found a leg of the one medallion hidden on his payload. The payload? All right, time to play some Overwatch. But yeah, we can't examine Zawin until we examine this. The Unknown. Or scan, I mean. The MSV Majesty. The Majesty is a Kowloon class modular conveyor of a human design. The ship is a derelict. All compartments are exposed to space, and the fusion plant is leaking. The damage is consistent with ship-mounted mass accelerator fire. Registry: Private owner Captain Willem. I was about to say William, but it's not. It's Willem. So if we scan that, a faint trail of radioactive particles, possibly exhaust from a sub-light nuclear engine drive, leads towards the nearby planet Jawin. Alright, now we can examine. I don't know why we have to examine that just to get to Jawin, but whatever. Story reasons. Then atmosphere. Oh, sorry. Mainly. So it's got. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm recording this one a little later than I usually do. So yeah, it's level 1 hazard. So this one we want to have a mixed group because the encounter is going to be a combination of people. So obviously, like all things, you want decryption and electronics to unlock everything. So Kyan, Garrus, or Tali would be highly suggested, or you if you've got it. And then obviously Ashley or Rex, or the mysterious party member we have yet to get yet. So I think, let's see, I'm mainly the adept. I'm the adept of the group, so I've got those abilities. So probably good to get. Might bring, I think I'm gonna bring Ashley and Tali. Ashley and Tali are pretty. Whoops. Ashley and Tali are a really solid group because they're, like I said, the ladies of the game are the pure classes, so they tend to work pretty well if you bundle them together. Outside of the guys, I mean the guys can work too, but I've just noticed that, like I said, because they're pure classes, they get a lot more abilities as opposed to the guys do. But they get their own abilities in their own ways. So really, just play the game the way you want. So, all right, where are we at first of all? Okay, we plotted here. We got quite a few abandoned camp, anomalies, debris. There's the mercenary camp. I think that's where, yeah, that's where we gotta go. So, let's go to the abandoned camp first, and there's a reason for that. So let's go after that. Either way, obviously, like before, probably best to do the combat part of it first. For those who are worried maybe about dying in the middle of combat. This place has quite a few things to it. It's actually one of the few planets that has like a ton to check out, other than the story-based thing. And of course, another one of our friends are around here too, if you know what I mean. A big wormy friend, if you know what I mean. Now, obviously, you don't have to check this out if you don't want to, but there's a thing we can get. We get some information if we do activate this generator here. Discovery. This appears to be no one left at this camp. There appears to be no one left at this camp. Man, what's wrong with me? The generator is still functioning, but there are no signs of the former occupants. The camp's computer notes several locations of interest. Huh. Well, if we check the map now, ta-da! Now we get some of the deposits are unlocked. The only deposit, for whatever reason, that isn't unlocked is the one here. But, okay, whatever. Anyway, let's check this anomaly down here. Oops. I think I might need to... Oops. I think I might need to get a new controller. The left analog stick's starting to drift now. Oh, well. I have had this controller I wanted to replace it for a really long time, but I never wanted to shell out like $40 for another Xbox 360 controller. An official one. Because I've never been a fan of the off-brand ones. Most of those never worked as well as I would have liked. I mean, I'm not even against buying off-brand stuff, but like I said, 9 times when it came to actual electronics like controllers, off-brand stuff tends to have floaty. Either the buttons don't press properly, or floaty controllers, or whatever. I mean, there might be a good one out there, but I've just had really bad luck. When I was growing up, the one that the biggest group that did that was Mad Cats or whatever. And they never got better, let me tell you. So, yeah, if you drive close to this, it unlocks the last debris thing. But if you examine it here, discovery. It appears this person was trying to mark the nearby mineral deposit when he died. Or was killed. He's just like, get those mineral deposits, get it for your mission so you can get some experience and money. Please. Anyway. Alright, let's get this mineral deposit here. Yeah, you see the level 1 hazard. We'll die if we stay out for too long. It's too cold. It's a tit-bit nipply. Breast stay inside. Heavy metal surveyed. Heavy metal! You've successfully surveyed a small deposit of iridium. More money, more money, more money. Okay. Anyway, next stop will be the debris field here. This one's got... Oh, this one has another one of those... well, other than a friend that's going to appear, this one also has a thing we can notice through the radio. But it's another thing. I haven't unlocked that part of the story yet, so it's not gonna. We probably won't be able to hear it. So, maybe I should wait to go to this planet until we finished Novaria, which is where we find out about it. But it's not a big deal. It just said, and I think it's the same thing on all those other places. There might be some variations on it, but it's just one of those little details. You kind of go, oh, okay, that's cool, that type of thing. So. Probably before we do this debris thing, it might be a good idea to make a backup save just in case things happen. You know what's the term in RPGs? Always ABS. Always be saving, because you never know what'll happen. And it's with any, especially old school RPGs. All right, let's make a. Yeah, I can save on that one now. 36 saves, not bad. Usually by the end of Mass Effects, I usually end up saving like 100 times. Well, because I'm always making sure I've got enough saves. So let's check out this debris field here, or debris here. Debris. All right. Yep, it's crash probe. Let's check it out. Oops, almost missed the button press there. Oh, get some more upgrades. And the medical interface 5 one isn't too bad. Although I think I already have that already. Yeah, the thing that has the mystery is about right here. Yep, our old friend the Thresher Maw is back again. Almost hit me with that goo. Almost hit me with the goo. And we're just gonna pick at him like a little bit by a little bit. Don't throw up at me, man. Don't tread on me. Are you just gonna keep I was about to say, you're gonna keep popping up in the same place. Yeah, I gotta be really careful about these those things. Just because of the whole. Yep. Yeah, I'm afraid to use the cannon. In case if I do too much damage to him. Okay, we're gonna get out of the car. Get out of the car! There we go. So much easier than in later installments of the game, if you know what I mean. Hopefully it didn't spit at the car. Okay, good. Yeah, it's supposed to be right over here. Yeah, isn't it kind of funny how we could just do that and then nonchalantly go, oh, we just beat a 100-story tall worm. Whatever. Yeah, it's not. Nothing's happening. Oh, well. Well, I'm just telling you on the map where it is, so for those who know what I'm talking about. I'll mention it when we finally finish Novaria. Although, depending on the choices I make, it might not even be, those things might even be moot. So, anyway, let's check this one over here. This is a Turian drop thing, so that should have a Turian insignia on it. So we'll get that for our mission. If I remember correctly, when it comes to like the medallion, oh, actually, it might not be on the medallion. There's a couple of the missions where there's more than what the mission requires of, like, kind of the metal one and the Turian insignias. I know on the metals, when you check the metals, like light, heavy, and all that, there's more than what the mission requires, because obviously you might not check every planet or miss a thing or two. So, which is nice that it doesn't require you to find every planet to unlock that mission. I think it's... I'm trying to remember, though, if it's the same with the Turian insignia. It might not be. That's one thing I haven't actually checked in forever. I just know when the insignia recovered. These fragments appear to be from an old model freighter. Part of it is marked with the Chati outpost insignia. Yeah, we're going to forward that pistol pretty soon. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, why don't I just save the money for the assault rifle? Well, it'll depend on my situation or how much money I have or so forth, but well, the pistol's pretty good, and I don't mind like saving more money, and we will start getting more money by the end of the game. We'll start building up, because it's money's kind of based similar like experience. It's based on what your level is and your location, so you will eventually just start getting more money and more money, just to make up for, that we're at such a high level that we now need to regularly afford new armor and stuff like that. Which, if you do everything in the game, you almost never need to buy armor, because, well, except for me, I apparently got really unlucky because it took forever to get armor drops, and like cipher tool and adapter and amps, cobalt deposit. All right. Sorry if I get quiet during these. I'm just focusing. Light metal surveyed. You've successfully surveyed a large deposit of cobalt. Ooh, another level. Yeah, usually most of the time, like they'll be in combat mode, and they'll be like, "I can't do it now, Shepard. I can't talk." All right, this is gonna take us to. Ooh, well, this should be fun. They won't be prepared for me. Oh, this is another reason why you want to brutality to this. So, this beacon was a death trap. Oh, it's a trap! And yeah, we'll just chest. These armatures, not armitages, armatures. Why do I keep calling it armitages? Am I thinking of that anime from like a long time ago? Armitage. Not they overheated me. Nuts. I gotta be careful. They've done quite a bit of damage. All right. Haha. Uh-oh. Well, luckily. Yeah, Ashley, even the tough Ashley, with all her defenses and everything like that, can't take a shot of those to the chest. Actually, did I get any new armor for Ashley? I don't think I did. Or nothing worth equipping on her. Oh, wow, that's a huge shield bump. Heck yeah. Maybe she'll now survive a shot from the, a shot in the dark. It's just a shot in the dark. One step away from you. Do I want to give that to Tali or save that for Rex? It's probably fine. We'll probably get another tornado at some point to swap that out anyway, so. Alright, another Armitage. I mean, like I said, not too difficult, and we could hack them, I believe, but, you know, we don't get as much experience, so, you know. Thus ruined our fun. No. Woohoo. Alright, another, it might be better to get that one just because we might have to hide the Mako for a while. Looks like it's suffered quite a bit in the shields. Or at least get away far enough to where only one of the Armitages can attack me. Wow, I'm surprised that... Uh-oh. I let it directly punch me. Yeah, you can tell they're doing like little bits of damage to me. What if I maybe hitting it from where I'm at? I am pretty far away. I'm probably not doing any damage to it. That's probably why on some of these... It's probably... Oh! Ashley got hit? That's why the snipe... Actually, for areas like this, if you're trying to like min-max like experience, the sniper isn't actually a bad weapon to master because of the range. One, the range it gets, and two is the assassinate ability. So for those who are playing soldiers or those who choose a class and they choose sniper as their the sniper rifle is one of their weapons. I wouldn't. Crap. Yeah, I should have backed off and let the my shields restore themselves, but oh well. Oh, now the shields are back. Oh, someone. Oh, and she hacked it for me. Thank you. Thank you, Tali. Now I know why I'm bringing on these things. No. I have a bad habit in my replays to always put Tali on my teams. Her and Garrus. Mainly Tali. I don't know. Just like I said, just her. I think it's her voice. I mean, I like her attitude, but I think it's just her voice actress. Just like, you know. Oh, I forgot I was still at that. Going towards the beacon or whatever. But yeah, that's another reason why you might want to bring Tali if you're not an engineer, so you can hack the those Armitage. I was going to say Armitage again, but anyway. I'm trying to remember if that was a good anime movie, though. I watched a lot of anime movies when I was younger, because it was one of those things where, I think I told this story before, where I was just like really, really into cartoons, but just because of how different they were from everything else I watched, I'd watch anything, even if it was quote-unquote meant for girls or anything like that, you know, like a Strawberry Shortcake or Sailor Moon or stuff like that. Although I guess depending on who you talk to, that could be meant for everyone. But, you know, as a kid, you think these certain things. But I also, you know, obviously being interested in cartoons, at some point, you know, I'm stuck. Oh no, that's not good. Not good. Game? Game? Oh, this is actually really, really bad. Crap. Oh, I'm actually stuck. Oh, that sucks. I can't even get into my car. That really sucks. Shoot. Yeah, I can't do anything. Let me try. Oops, no. Let me try reloading it and see if that does anything. Otherwise, I'll just die from a...
I'm right here.
I'll die from, like, death or whatever. Wow, that sucks. Wow, yeah, I praise this game so much, and then crap like this happens. I'm like, eh. Uh-oh. 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 Well. Man, look at that. It's just like into the great, like the game hasn't even loaded itself yet. Man, if you can't trust your saves to like bring you back to like a previous location, what can? Where am I on? Let me look at this thing. Oh wow, nothing loaded. Holy cow. Wow, that is bad news bears. Try that again. I think it's because I'm saved in a spot that's like broken basically. I'll try that again. If not, I'll have to just do this. Wow. Come on, game. Look at it. Wow, this is almost kind of surreal and cool, though, when you think about it. Just being able to, like, walk whatever the baseline is when the planet isn't... Doesn't this kind of look like some, like an image in a rock video or something like that, like from the 80s or something like that, you know? Just some, like, surreal background, you know, like a... And I ran so far away, away, couldn't get away. All right, anyway, enough with that nonsense. All right, I'm gonna reload this. I'm gonna reload that old file, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Took me like 10 plus minutes or so to get back here. For some reason the crash probe was like every time I was like trying to get it, heavy metal! Yeah, we got palladium for that. Every time I was doing it, for some reason it was like saying I failed every time. I was like, no, I'm pressing all the buttons. So I don't know if it was my controller or if the game was just being wonky. I'm gonna go and make a backup save there, just in case it messes up again. Man, that was really annoying. Whoops, didn't mean to pop out of the vehicle. All right, now up ahead, we can finally get to the mercenary camp, or where the privateers are. So let's see if we can take them on. This one can be kind of dangerous. They've got a couple of turrets there. They've also got some snipers. I'm probably just gonna take out the snipers with a cannon bolt, because snipers have a really high chance of using assassinate on me, and since I'm not a soldier or anything like that, I really have to like, well, actually, maybe I could, well, no, that's kind of dangerous because there's like a million of them, and we've got the turrets to take out as well, so, yeah, I would say feel no shame in trying to take out the, at least take out the snipers, without getting the experience, and I'm only missing like, I forgot how much it is per, if you kill them. Now you could hack to help you with the turrets. Obviously, you could have Tali hack them, and then have them go after the. Whoa, okay, that's not good. I'm gonna have to back off for a bit. Uh oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to back off for a bit and let my either that or heal manually. Yeah, the problem with doing this is that. Oh, and I found out you can die if the Mako takes way too much damage, and you jump in the machine as it's like at max damage. Like, it can heal itself outside of the thing, but yeah, if you jump inside while it's doing that, it considers you dead for all intents and purposes, which is kind of a dick move, but I think that's just how the game was programmed or something like that anyway, so I might have to heal or not get hit by the heavy turret again. Let's see if we can back off. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. Oh, thanks. I assume that was Ashley who did that. Let's stay out of the vehicle for a while, just in case. Let's not go there. 'Tis a silly place. Okay, we do have some snipers up here, because I didn't take them out, but luckily, when we're actually on them, and I have barrier activated, I can actually take a few of their hits without dying, so. Now I just have to see if, oh, Ashley got killed. That's not surprising. Alright. Okay, cool. Yeah, luckily the Mako wasn't completely destroyed, or it healed itself just enough, so. Yeah, the other problem with stepping out of the vehicle and fighting them, well, amongst other things, is that your allies are most likely going to get just straight up destroyed as soon as they step out of the vehicle, because their AI might be too dumb to dodge it. Well, actually, maybe dumb AI isn't the word I'm looking for when it comes to that, you know? Because just in RPG standards, you're gonna get hit by a certain. Man, we gotta gain 2 levels on this in this area. Very nice. I doubt we'll gain a 3rd one, but it's weird how I bring Taliel on. I'm not even taking advantage of our hacking ability because apparently one of the turrets got poisoned or toxin somehow. I don't know. I don't know how a machine could get toxin, but you know, whatever. Oop. I actually didn't mean to get back in the vehicle. Yeah, it's because I'm min-maxing again. I can't help myself. Okay, I'm gonna stay out of the. Well, because I don't have the. I don't have. I assume I'm not dead. Okay, good. And not that I know this from personal experience or anything. When I got into the machine in Mako, Otto died and I had to redo a plan all over again off screen just to not show my incompetence. No, not at all. All right, let's go inside. Inside is a group of people. Krogan. Oh, actually, I probably should. I think I can still leave. Actually, a good idea to save before you go inside. Same thing. If you die here, you have to redo the plan if you didn't save at some point. Inside, the mercenaries. Well, if you haven't already told, we're at a mercenary base, which means, and we get a little bit more fluid with my saves, just because I'm getting at higher levels, and so more missions are gonna have more weak strengths and stuff like that we have to worry about. So in here we're gonna have some Krogan. So obviously either stasis them or fight them from afar before they get too close to their shotguns. Then we're gonna have other mercenaries as well. But all right. First rule of thumb: get Ashley and Tali into some protective cover. Hopefully they. Okay, well they. Oh, yeah, here come the. Okay, yeah, a couple of Krogan. I'm going to. Where's stasis? Well, actually, did I? I got stasis maxed, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Don't need to do the intimidate thing, not yet. I was just seeing if there's anything I needed to do right now. Not quite, not really. I mean, it'd help if I had like, I mean, I could get barrier finally, get that up a bit. Oh man, I need to get my singularity up too. Let's get barrier for now because that's the one with the next barrier bonus. Is that? But. Okay, back to hold mode. Where's stasis? Since I can actually hurt you in stasis mode with Bastion unlocked. Yeah, see how you taking damage? Like, I mean, it's Tali got knocked out. Oh well. I have healing, everyone's saying, so might as well use Unity and get Tali back up. Yeah, Tali is not much for taking, not a bullet sponge, let's just tell you that. But luckily Ashley's here to, if she gets knocked out, at least we have Ashley to take the reins. So yeah, I hardly show off like cover and stuff like that just because, I mean, it's useful. It's just I always tend to forget about certain positioning and stuff like that. And Tali was supposed to get into cover, but you could tell that she was in the area, but she wasn't quite doing it. Ashley was to an extent, so yeah, weird enemy AI. I think there's a couple of things like we can get like medi-gels and stuff like that if we climb some of these boxes. Should be one more guy down here as it shows here, but there should be like I thought there was like 1 or 2 upstairs. Maybe that's the same guy. Because I thought most of the snipers were supposed to be upstairs. Well, let's take care of them first before, because it's not like we're kicked out of the area as soon as we beat these guys or something. So, alright, where are you? There you go. Let's just throw you. Huh. Not too bad. Depending on the level of this area, the enemy could start having resistances and immunity. Because yeah, because we can get immunity and resistance, but ooh, some Solaris amp. Hopefully that's better than what I've got. Oh yeah, one of the few things we have to climb to. Oops. Oh, okay. I didn't even. Sorry, I clicked it so fast because I was trying to climb up over the crates to get it. But we got. I think it was some upgrades if I recall. It seemed pretty fast, but it looked like it was upgrades. So. Okay, computer access, which gives us a codex. I forgot what codex I get. Oh, there he is. Well, we're gonna have to tell Gareth his brother's dead. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save. Like after like having the issue with that one decryption, now I'm saving after before every decryption because my controller goes wonky and I have to I'd have to well, I mean I have the Omnigel, but I'd rather save it for fixing the vehicle when it comes important. Some more. Yeah, we're starting to get a lot of V stuff now, or 5 stuff. Captain Willem. Anomaly identified. You've discovered the corpse of Captain Willem of the MSV Majesty. His stiff fingers are wrapped tightly around a small data pad. Take the data pad. So now, with that... Are we healed? Oh, I guess we are. So, well, it gets you some Gel. Yeah, power junction can blow up and hurt the enemy, but I think it mentions on privateers about that. You discover the remains of the ship called the Majesty. It looks like it was attacked by privateers. Info from the ship's flight log indicates the privateer base is nearby. You discovered what happened to Willem, Gareth's brother. Return to the Citadel Tower and tell Gareth of his brother's fate. We'll save that for when we have to, because we have, well, actually you don't have to, but we need to go back to the Citadel, because after we finish our first critical planet, quite a few missions unlock in the Citadel. Interesting enough, also a few systems open up in the galaxy after you finish certain planets. I think Novaria gets 1 system unlocked, while a couple of other planets get a couple. I'll have to look that up again. Okay, I was about to say there's nothing in here? Okay, I get some Gel. Well, I guess that works, because, you know, if you were still fighting the 2, like if the 2 snipers still stayed up on top. Because sometimes the point is down here you're supposed to fight like all the regular guys and then you get sniped from the top there, but a lot of the times the snipers can't even get to you because of just how aggressive the AI is, no matter what the difficulty is. Because the Krogan will always like charge you, and you saw that. Like as soon as I stepped in it, I swore the Krogan just immediately charged at us, and even the non-Krogan like heavy tanks were just like going right after us. So what can you do about that, right? Okay, so let's check our equipment. We're getting, yeah, I'm gonna have to off-screen clear more items again. See, we're already there, and the game does tell you when you're about out. One way is you can, one way you can try not to do that is like some of your items will be put into the equipment menu, and if you never check the equipment menu, you can like go over 150, but as soon as you check it, the game will force you to get rid of items. So I'll do all that off-screen. So looks like it's back to the shop for me to sell all my stuff. I'll have to actually start looking into my upgrades and see which upgrades I want to dunk, because those are the things that are filling up my inventory. It's not just straight up weaponry or anything like that. It's a lot of upgrades. And no weapons for Tali, unfortunately, or no armor for Tali. Oh well, sounds like a play or something like that. Yeah, I'll probably end up just getting rid of all my armor and everything like that. And yeah, having to go through all my equipment. It's Polaris. I thought I had the same amp, but it was just a 1 step higher. I'm like, why does it suck so much? I'm like, oh, wow. Why are certain, like, I mean, I know certain companies are just better than others, but man, in this case, like, even though that's a Solaris V or 5, my Polaris 4 is still better than the one I got there. So, oh well. I may have to just do all that like off. Well, I mean, I am gonna do off screen, but anyway, back to the Normandy. And really, the weird thing about it is, if you're on the Mako and you take all that damage, technically I could have gone back to the Normandy it auto repair my Mako and then just and then go back down the planet. The only problem is you jump back right where the starting point is always going to be. But the thing is, it doesn't take that long to get to like back to where you were on a planet like most of the time. So I was thinking if I wanted to do the next area without like clearing out my data, or without clearing out my inventory a bit, but this might be another long episode because I wanted to at least get all this done, and this is where we're supposed to go for the let me show you real quick. I think I showed this off earlier, but we'll do it again just for completion's sake. Hostile takeover. Go to the Fortuna system on the Horsehead Nebula and meet Helena Blake to claim your reward. Your eternal. You know, I already made a joke about eternal reward, and I was supposed to do that whole joke. Like I did that joke a while back, thinking I was gonna get to it, and then I held off on it, so I ruined that outro. So, oh well. Yeah, Amaranthine is where we're supposed to go. Let's check everywhere else. Meganolus. I think it's Meganolus? Maybe it's Meganolus. Sulfur and basalts. Turian insignia recovered. While scanning the planet, Meganolus, or whatever, you discovered the remains of a damaged research vessel. Your recon team found no signs of survivors, but they did bring back a Rokem outpost insignia. Or Rokem. Rock'em Sock'em robots? Man, those were fun. Well, I thought they were fun as a kid. I don't know if they were actually good toys or not. But Rock'em Sock'em. Or there was also the Rock'em Sock'em Bops or whatever. Pure aluminum. Let's see. I've noticed most of well, hold on. Let me see. It lacks free oxygen. Free oxygen. Free oxygen. Here we get a rare element surveyed. While scanning the planet, you detect a small but valuable deposit of plutonium. I've noticed a lot of areas that are unlocked via side quests or something like that aren't as big or as detailed as like some of the other major systems. I don't know. Is that just me? Is it just me, viewers? Maybe. Amaranthine. Isn't amaranthine a type of color, or a shade of color or something like that? I think it is. It's a chilly world out there, filled with heavy metals. The deep crust like pizza. The human poet Sophia Cabral named it a color, so we give her credit for naming it. Okay, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. Interesting. Well, let's land. Let's land this sucker. Woohoo! Let me pop up my map for this one. Let's see. For this mission, we technically can do this without like little to no combat, but it's the same situation with the survey or the with the previous mission. Is it's got to be a mix of characters, so mixed groups would work well with this one. And this planet isn't as big, so I don't have to worry about it too badly. Let's try. I mean, I still want decryption of some sort. Let's go with. I still want combat stuff, so let's go with Rex and Garrus this time. Just to, like I said, change it up. Sorry, Kaiden, I'll get you next time. Don't worry. I'll be there next time, Gadget. Next time! Alright, yeah, this place doesn't have as much to explore this time. It only has 6 interesting places to check out. Okay. What we want to check out is... oh, it's not even highlighted on the map. Well, we're actually right next to a an element. Right about there. Yeah, we got 3 elements here, and we got 3 major locations. All the major locations are highlighted, of course. But yeah, we want to get those materials first. I mean, I guess technically I could do these off-screen, like getting the materials, but because it's basically the same thing every time. But I want to show my process, even though I was never good at showing my math in school. I could always get the result, but I was never good at like showing my process of getting the work, and that's. I mean, I did okay in math, but you know, it was one of those things where it was annoying because it's like you gotta show your work, but it's like, but I got the answer, and I'm not gonna be an engineer, so why do I have to do that? I mean, I understand it, but it's one of those heavy metal. Get iridium. Yeah, there comes the money. Yeah, it always frustrated me, just because, like I said, I'm not very good at showing the work. I can get the result because my brain is too special. It's the spackle, or whatever it is from Lego Movie. No, no, I'm not that. I like to think. I think I've said this before. I like to think I'm smart, but I know I'm not like super intelligent like scientist. I mean, I guess I could be if I really had studied, but I don't know. I just didn't have the mind for that. I mean, I know that's probably a poor excuse, but my mind was more into creative endeavors, like writing and stuff like that. Actually, that's with most of my family members. Although most of my family members went into music. Interesting. I'm the only one who wasn't interested in picking up an. Actually, technically, I was interested in picking up an instrument, but I was never like that. That was never really encouraged. The instrument I chose. I was interested in like playing the trumpet or whatever, but well, maybe it's part. I mean, it's partially I was never encouraged to do it, but second, I didn't pursue it. So I guess you could call it my fault as well in that case. And there's really no one to blame except I guess in this case myself for not really going further with it. You know. I've also thought about learning the piano, which I guess anyone can learn those. I just have to buckle down. I know a few keys, but you know, I can hum a few bars. But yeah, never really. Like I said, I prefer writing and creative endeavors more than or those types of creative endeavors. There we go, that's the word. Instead of music and stuff like that. I'd rather listen to it. Anyway, we get uranium here. Let's see. Okay, one last deposit down about here, roughly, give or take. And no, I don't really have any major writings I could, or published stuff or whatever I could show you that I'm proud of or anything like that. I don't know. I guess I am proud of it in a way, but nothing I'd be like, hey, look at this. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I hope to one day, like, my one dream for writing project is to get that like big novel finished. You know, everyone and his cousin talks about getting that one novel written. But hopefully I get it written. Maybe I'll get it written at the same time as when George Martin wrote his first book, or when Robert Jordan wrote his first book. And then by the time I finish the series, I'll die right before I finish it, because that's just how it always happens with those epic fantasy novels. That's what I kind of want to write. I want to write the big epic fantasy. And not because, you know, not for the whole, oh, I'll get famous and get shows about my books. It's like, no, I just want to write that epic fantasy, you know, like that one thing that you want to say, hey, like even if it never becomes famous, I wrote the epic fantasy. But I don't know if I really have the thing that I have trouble. Well, we get thorium there. Ooh, the thing I have trouble with is like you know, you have that idea and you have that concept, but okay, what am I gonna? Let's go. Well, I guess go through the. Now let's get the debris first before we do the encounter, because the encounter can actually go pretty quickly if you want it to. But the problem is finding out, like, well, you know, I've basically been doing synopsis, or I've been writing quick synopsis to see if it'll work. But I haven't really written down a synopsis down that I wasn't comfortable with, so I didn't want to continue with that line of thinking. So I would put it on hold and come back to it another day. And then I've got some minor first chapter drafts that I've got, but nothing I want to show yet or anything like that. And really, obviously, if you're writing anything, don't try to make that epic fantasy be your first book. Because you need to actually have stuff out there first. So always start with like poems or short stories or something like that to get the juices flowing and get your work out there for those who want to try and make money in writing. Which, really, if you talk to any writer, you're probably not going to make the big bucks like a J.K. Rowling or, you know, Martin or something like that, because those are just kind of, I don't want to say flukes, really. Well, flukes and a bit of luck, you know. Because there's a ton of writers out there, and most of them don't get that big deal. A few do, but although there are some writers out there, I'm just surprised that they even keep getting work because their writing is terrible. But anyway, I'm not. What do I know, right? I haven't anything majorly published that I care to show. So what do I know, right? Even though it's, you know, usually you can tell some pretty bad writing, especially most modern entertainment in general. Really, there's good writing out there. It's just like, yeah. Yeah, I better save it. Just like I said, now that I've had that one issue, now I have to save it after everything now. I mean, I could do the Omni Gel. I'm just oh, this debris has crash probe. You need average electronics to you need average electronics to get that. So as long as someone has average. Okay. And this anomaly here is a wreckage for the Turian insignia. So yeah, we're finding those insignias pretty quickly. Yeah, I think modern writing's just, I don't know, maybe it's just the schools that are taught, or maybe a lot of people don't go to professional like writing colleges to like figure out how you're supposed to write, because man, there's a lot of really bad writing and stuff out there. Yeah, well, I was actually going to make an example. The difference between the Mass Effect trilogy and Andromeda is a good example of that. And no, it's not the worst thing I've ever played before, but you can tell it's not written by the same writers at all. Like, it is not as, like, I don't know, it's just, and I like that game too, but when I say I like it, that means I like it generally, but I don't love it, if that makes sense. And the thing is, there's interesting things in that game when it comes to like gameplay, for example. And I think the idea behind the story was interesting. Turian insignia recovered. You found an intricate beaded necklace marked with the Galatana colony insignia. It appears to be very old. But yeah, you can tell that it did not have the same quality of writers. I wonder, well, I've heard there was like some major like crunch and rush with that game, so I wouldn't be surprised if they couldn't hire the best writers, or they didn't give enough time to flesh out enough like stories or something like that. And all the potential the story it did have was because it didn't sell as well, or because of EA's BS. You know, they had to rush the game, so any opportunities outside the game after it released were cut, because they were going to do all this DLC for it to like expand the story outside of the plot. And although the DLC sounded like it was almost like finishing the story, and I don't like that type of DLC. I like DLC that expanded the original story before you get to the end, but if it expands it past the story and I have to basically pay to see the ending of a game I already paid for, that's not cool. Okay, let me save again. Now this situation here could wind up in, depending on if you have charm or intimidate, and how you deal with Helena Blake. Surprise, we're gonna have to deal with her if we don't like what we hear, because we know she's a criminal. We can tell because of the way she acts and talks, which means all she was having us do is getting rid of our competition. Now here is how we deal with her reaction. There you are.
Hello again, Commander Shepard. I owe you a debt of gratitude. With my former partners dead, this syndicate is now mine. I could not have done it without you.
Well, that's true. I'm the only badass in the galaxy. Not done yet. My pleasure. You were right.
Those men deserve to die. Now, are we going to have a problem?
Not if I can help it, Commander. I hope you can see that I am by far a lesser evil than those men. Under my leadership, this organization will restrict itself to gambling and smuggling illegal technologies. There will be no drugs and no slave-taking for the Batarians. Those days are over.
You know, this kind of reminds me of the situation that happens in The Godfather, where like there's a weird type, like they had that weird type of honor, and then at some point they say they're losing money, and so they say we could do drugs or prostitution, you know, and the old guard are like, no, we're not doing that, you know, and then the new guard's like, gotta get that money, you know. So obviously if you put her under arrest, she'll immediately attack you and you have to defend yourself. If you say better stay clear, then we're fine, we take her money and run. And if we persuade her, we get a little bit extra. But let me show you what happens when we say better stay clean.
In that case, you're free to go. But if I find you in any slavery operations, I'll take you down without hesitation.
You won't. This organization can be quite profitable without trafficking in slaves or drugs. Here's your payment. I'm certain that you'll find it more than adequate. Now, if you'll excuse me, my men become nervous in the presence of law enforcement agents. Goodbye, Shepard.
A soft tone sounds from your head's hard suit's computer as Helena deposit enters your accounts. Or Helena's deposit enters your accounts. She bows graciously and withdraws as her men escort you out. It's doubtful you'll see her again. That's actually not true. Well, in this game, we'll never see her again. In the second game, there's actually a bit of dialogue you get if you actually run across her in... I forgot the name of the planet now. But yeah, one of the major planets of the game that you have to use as like a quest hub. You'll run across her again, and if you choose this path where you just take the money and run, she says she's doing well in her gambling. Instead, she's been making more money, and she's doing well. Basically, she says she's doing well being a kingpin ruler, but she actually, well, I think from what I remember, she says she stays away from drugs and slaves like she said she would. So she does keep her. Oh, I forgot to show off the quest log for that. Boo. All right, fine. All right, let's do that again. Sorry. Well, I mean, I don't have to do it, but I'll show off the little. Like I said, it doesn't take that long to load because it's a small area. So, all right, let's.
With my
right.
Partner.
Barely clean.
No
clean. Yeah, see how quickly it takes to do that and load up because of the not much on this planet to do. Yeah, it's a really quick mission if you just want to take the money or whatever. So, all right, let's go to the journal. Okay, under. Let's see where to put that. Hostile takeover. You eliminated the crime lords, enabling Helena Blake to take power. Blake has promised that you, under her leadership, the gang will now restrict itself to smuggling other victimless crimes. Yeah, right. Oh, that's pretty much, okay. Well, that's it for that. So, okay. And then there is the other option, which I'll show you, which can be solved via intimidate or charm. You need 10 charm, I believe, and 9 intimidate to convince her to basically stop her ways for the most part. So let's show that.
Hello, with my former
right.
partners.
Those men.
There will
Okay,
be no
disband
drugs and no
yeah, sorry,
slave
no
taking for the
crime at all. And you can tell she's ready for battle because
days
she's got an assault rifle on her back. I think she uses it too. Oh, sometimes like all attack units will have an assault rifle because if you look at the back of all the characters, they have all the weapons that you can equip in the game. So everyone has a pistol, shotgun, sniper, and pistol or whatever on their, or pistol, sniper rifle, shotgun, sniper rifle on their suit, even if they can't actually use it. So anyway, expand the group.
I'm giving you one chance to live through this. Shut this gang down.
I cannot believe you place such a high priority on stopping such petty, victimless crimes. If I disband the gang, I walk away freely. I have not come so far to be arrested. I would die before going to prison. I would most certainly kill before going to prison. Now, do we have a deal?
Why are you looking away? Like he's supposed to be staring at her, but he's looking at a different direction. So
I was offering life, not freedom. Come along peacefully, or I will take you down.
A pity. Neutralize the Spectre.
yeah, and she runs away. Let's see if it says now you can't actually persuade her via. Let's see. Let me look at that. If you do let's see. Actually, hold on. I want to show what happens if you. Let's see. I think the charm option is the one where you can just convince her to straight up stop without having to get that extra option as well. Because there's one where you can convince her and then she's like, okay, fine. But I don't have enough charm, so I can't show that off, at least not in this playthrough. So.
Hello again, with my former partners. There will be no drugs and
the
no.
group.
Giving you one chance.
If I did, I would die before going to prison. I would most certainly kill before going
You're
to prison.
free to go. I don't ever want to see this gang again. If I do,
You won't. I'm not so foolish as to break my word to a Spectre. Now, if you'll excuse me, my men become nervous in the presence of law enforcement agents. Goodbye, Shepard.
Okay, so yeah, I still get the Renegade, and we don't have to fight her. And we actually get to check the place out, because finally, if you take the deal, you don't even get to check this place out, so you don't get to decrypt anything or whatever, so boo. But anyway, if you do this one, you get okay. You eliminate the 2 rival crime modes and convince Helena Blake to disband the gang altogether. Yeah, and she does make an appearance again. Actually, can we talk to her? No, the game's glitch. It won't. Maybe that's why we can actually check this place out. I think technically we're supposed to be kicked out, but because we convinced her or whatever, it broke her, so she can't be talked to. But if you do this, she makes an appearance in the second game in the same way as if you had taken the deal, except she tells you she became a social worker afterwards, and she actually took it to heart, like what she said, even though we intimidated her to do that. So yeah. But anyway, what we want to do is, well, for this game anyway,
Hello with my former partners.
Probably mostly, well, it's not, well, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. For this run, we're going to try to convince her and then say, you're not going to prison? Well, screw you then.
I was offering life, not
Okay, and then she, and the way the game prevents you from, like, killing her immediately is she shoots up, like, a biotic shield or whatever. So, before you can, and then you have to forcibly, whoops. Come on. It's gonna go away. I know it's supposed to go away as soon as she leaves. Okay. Or as soon as she, game? Game? Oh, the shield's, come on. Come on, shield. Go away now.
Something's in the way.
Uh-oh. I think the shield might be glitched. Come on, game. Let me in. You're supposed to be able to just, like, get in, like, after...
Not now, Shepard.
Okay, well, she charged after us. She's not supposed to attack us. Okay, that was really, really dumb. She, like, charged after us and got herself killed. Okay, whatever. Okay. These guys are regular units, so they can be... Oh, yeah, did you see me, like, hit him with the butt of my gun? Okay. Alright. Warp. Actually, I need to put barrier on just in case I get sniped by you. Yeah, you can see all the different mercenary types. Something like that. You guys gotta come in and help me? I don't have to, but... These guys aren't too bad. Oops. I mean, obviously this would be harder at higher levels, but... Oops, button. Let's get you in there. Whee! Ow. The spread on my weapon was too well, at least it gave me a hot second to run in and take him out. The main reason I'm doing this is you get more experience for doing this. Obviously, roleplay wise, it's better to convince her otherwise. Although you don't really get, I mean, all you get is a nod to her in the second game. I don't think you get a straight up reward or like credits or anything like that. It's just a, oh, this happened with this character. And I don't even think she makes an appearance in the third game at all. Like, she might send you like a message or like something on your computer or something like that. But anyway, Helena Blake lies on the floor, bleeding from her wounds. Yeah, when she ran straight back to us. I guess preparing for her defenses, but then she ran out by herself. She looks to you with a respectful smile and opens her mouth to speak, but only blood comes out. A moment later, she's gone. Your work here is done. I think that's the most satisfying way to do a Renegade, is to not let her go. Because obviously, if you do Renegade, but then you have to do like a Paragon choice of not taking her to jail. So, okay, let's show off hostile takeover. You eliminated the crime lords and then took down Helena Blake herself to completely destroy the gang. Yeah, that's what criminals deserve. At least on a Renegade run, I think this makes more sense, even though you can Renegade and then you still get the Renegade points if you choose to let her go. It's not like you get extra Paragon points. You just think like, oh, well, she did have her word that she wasn't going to do any more crime. But it's still crime all the same. It's exponential crime too. Like, just because you start with smuggling and gambling doesn't mean it's not gonna go to the next step. Oh yeah, I gotta remember that. I'm really close, so I have to be careful about looking at my inventory or messing with it like that. So what I'll do is I'll equip upgrades to stuff I'm not using, just so I can put the upgrades as used, and then later on off screen I'll clean out the rest of my inventory again. Basically what I'll do is I'll just get rid of the lower end upgrades. I might keep some of the upgrades that you won't get later on until I actually get them. So okay, we got is there anything up here? Now you'd be surprised how often sometimes they hide like a random crate up here just because they're silly like that. Alright. Let me see. Actually, let me take a look at my notes really quick, just make sure I didn't miss an obvious thing. Nope, okay. Yeah, I mean okay. Ooh, aid station, even though I don't really need it. Yeah, that mission with Elena Blake can be tougher if you're like at certain levels or didn't have the abilities I have. So, yeah, I don't want. If I look at the equipment, I'll basically end up having to get rid of a lot of things. So, oh yeah, I gotta save it because I'm about to decrypt something. So, because otherwise I'll have to. Yep. Okay. So I got like. Crap! I hate when this happens. When I get so close. Well, I at least want to show you what items I've got, and then we'll. Yep, 150 items. Yeah, you have to salvage or sell one item before I can attain them. So, and then you have to reduce something to Omni Gel, which you get 4, I think, or something like that per thing. I'm just gonna reload, obviously, before I do this, so that way I don't have to actually dump anything before I'm ready to do it. But I just wanted to show you what although the sad thing is if I reload I might not get the same things, but you know, just to show you that'll be what possible random stuff you can get in the box. So in the box, yeah, pistols. Oh yeah, I definitely don't want to kill these until I know that I don't, you know, in this case I'd have to Omni Gel all of them because I wouldn't be able to pick them up, but that's an idea. So yeah, we're finally done with all that. So yeah, as much as more adventures and Uncharted missions we could do, I think it's about time to finally do plot. And I'm serious this time, folks. I'm not kidding. We'll actually get to the plan. I was just kind of really bad about figuring out like my time schedule and everything like that. That's all. So in the next episode of Mass Effect, we finally go planet hopping to Novaria, the planet of the prolificators, whatever, the business people. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time, viewers.